Okay, y'all, if you would go to my channel, subscribe, hit that like button, and ring that notification bell. But I had a guy ask me if I could show him the difference between a Gran Torino and a Gran Torino Sport in 1973. And he was kind of curious to what the difference was. Well, right here is a 73 Gran Torino Sport. It's what I would consider a fastback. The rear just slopes right down from the back glass right into the trunk lid. The front clips of the cars are basically the same. The doors are basically the same. A lot of these Gran Torino Sports did have a stripe kit on them, a big wide stripe that went all the way down the side of the car. And a lot of them was kind of a reflective stripe at that. And it would always say Gran Torino Sport. They also had dual mirrors, which were the sport style mirrors. Let me kind of get around here a little. I'll show you about this, what I'm talking about, what I call fastback. It comes from the roof of the car, straight down the back glass, straight off the trunk lid, and right off the back. The back glass itself will come all the way down to the trunk lid. You'll have glass, a little strip of chrome, and then your trunk lid. No body panel in between here. Just from the glass to the trunk lid. We'll get over to a regular Gran Torino in a minute, and I'll show you. They have a piece of metal in between the trunk lid and the glass. Interior had a few things different as well. The door panels were different on a Sport. This door open up, yes. The door panels were different on a Sport than they was a regular Torino or Gran Torino. Always liked the way these kind of curved in. Had an armrest laying in there. It's kind of just like molded right into the door panel. And all of these cars had a factory tack and all the gauges. Where most of your Gran Torinos just had a speedometer and lights instead of all the gauges. Somebody, of course, has changed the steering wheel on this one and changed the seats. Those are not the right seats. Somebody's tried to home make a console for it. See if we can get that door to close a little better. There we go. But now we'll go over here and I'll show you a regular plain 73 Gran Torino. And you'll see the difference I'm talking. Also, the Gran Torino Sport, the grill badge and the trunk lid badge was different. It actually says Gran Torino Sport right in the badge or the emblem. Now, let me show you a plain 73 Gran Torino. Now, right here is just a regular 73 Gran Torino. You can see the difference in the roof line on the back. This is more of a coupe style. If it was a Mustang, I'd call this one a coupe, and I'd call the other one a fastback. The mirrors, you can see the difference in the mirrors on this car. It does not have the emblem in the middle of the grille. Most of these regular 73 Gran Torinos didn't even have a passenger side mirror. And most of the 73 regular Torinos had a big wide aluminum strip down here at the bottom that most of the Sports did not have on them, or the little stripe in the middle of the door most of your sports, or I don't guess maybe none of the sports, had the aluminum trim that these coupes have, or what I'm calling the coupe. Remember I showed you the tack in the other one and all the gauges. But this one does not have a tack. It just has gauges, a speedometer, and some dummy lights. Actually, the only gauge it has is a fuel gauge and a temperature gauge, where the other one has all the gauges. And there's your difference in your door panels. Remember how the others kind of down and curved around and almost molded right into the armrest? But the biggest visual difference is the way the back of the car is made. Remember I showed you on the other one, it came from here and goes straight down into the trunk lid. With this car here, you got your back glass, you got a piece of metal that comes on down to here, and then the trunk lid. Trunk lid actually is a long way from the back glass. Trunk lid line here and back glass here. And you can tell a big difference in just the way the roof sits and looks. Like I said, if I was calling them anything, I would call this one a coupe, and I would call the other one a fastback. But that is one of your biggest, not one of your biggest, but the biggest differences that I know of in the Gran Torino and the Gran Torino Sport in 1973. Both of the cars actually had a 351 Cleveland motor in them. There was different motor options for them, but the most common in 73 was the 351 Cleveland. I'm going to come back and do you guys another video real soon. I'm going to wrap this up. You guys have a great day.